all set with umpire Don Johnny. Well, we'll soon know whether Carlton can come back.
Into the fray they go once again. It's Crane fumbling and keeping up a pattern that's been all too familiar for the Carlton fans. The ball's gone to Terry Waters, the Collingwood captain, who presses the attack now onto the forward line. Over to Vin Waite. Vin Waite's left foot kick sends the ball back on its tracks. It's coming towards the members' wing. Brings Jackson into the play, but he's beaten by Adamson, but mainly by the bounce of the ball. Over to Gould, who nearly runs through his own player in Vin Waite. Gives a hand pass now to Mackay, who dropped back on play and is shepherded for by Waite. Clever play by Mackay as he gets past Max Richardson. Mackay has been one of Carlton's few good players. His kick to the forward line is marked by Waters. Waters, the Collingwood captain, kicks to the members' wing again. He's looking for Dean, and Dean takes the mark quite comfortably, and Gould was late on the scene. His momentum carried him forward of Dean and allowed that player to play on. His kick is to Silvani of the opposing side, and Surge takes the mark. Silvani, who made a remarkable comeback to league competition this year, gives a hand pass over here to Crane. Crane's kick from the back line is into attack for Carlton. They'll have to make every minute a winner. O'Callaghan pushes his man in the back. It's Croswell, but is given the mark, and the umpire allows it once more. O'Callaghan from the back line finds that everything's going well for Collingwood, and the kick is to the half-forward line. 1 against 2. Carlton should win the odds. A clever tap from Waite, who was on the ground, to Silvani. Silvani's second kick in about a minute to the forward line. Nearly a Waters again. A repeat of play that happened before. Off the front of the packet, Potter giving the pass to Greening. Greening right from the centre circle, kicks the ball to the half-forward line, and there's that Tuddenham, that trusty character out there on the half-forward line. Gritty, tough, bold and determined. He kicks the ball into the full forward area. The mark will be taken over there by Conbritt, who dropped back beautifully on Pennell and had no trouble at all. Conbritt has been a very serviceable player, together with many other Collingwood men on the forward line in the game so far, and Collingwood leads handsomely by 44 points as Britt kicks into the full forward area, off hands and behind. We're waiting for Mackay to gather it in, but he sees it go to Rover Gallagher. Gallagher's kick on the run is excellent as usual, a beautiful kick, and the mark is nearly taken by Crane, who's had the fumbles today, but recovers well to give it to Gould. Gould doesn't know whether to hand pass or kick, elects to do the latter, and off the side of his boot and across the line on the fall. He who hesitates is lost, and the free kick is given to Ted Potter, the centre-half back for the Magpies, with 2 minutes gone in the third term.
And Potter to take the free kick for Collingwood. Swings the ball towards centre-half forward. There's Big Jenkins flying high. The ball knocked away by Nichols. Gould in possession now. Gould looking for Jezelenko. There's the kick coming up to him. Jezelenko late, but the mark taken by Crosby. It's a hand pass to Wall. Wall sets the goal in his sights, drives it forward, right up towards the big fellow Jones. Hopkins waiting down, gets it, hooks it goal, and puts it through. A goal to the Blues, and Hopkins has come on for Carlton in this third quarter, in place, I think, of Forley. And a much-needed goal to Carlton. They're fifth on the board. 5-5 now to Collingwood, 10-13 at about the 3-minute mark of the third quarter.
Once again, young Hopkins has proved his worth to the Carlton side when coming on as a reserve, and quickly notches a goal. He's done this before, and he may add a bit of life to that Carlton forward line. It sure needs it.
And there's the tap going to Jenkins. Down it goes towards Waters. Waters has got the ball. Held by Gould. Play on, says the umpire, no. Holding the ball, and Gould will swing Carlton forward again. There's his kick to Jezelenko, and he fumbles it. Missed it, but recovers beautifully. Has the left foot shut. This is a gem. It could be close. No, it's just Hopkins. And Hopkins takes it off the pack and pops it through. Another goal to the Blues. And this is a typical Carlton comeback. No two ways about it. They did this in the third quarter, I think, of their last encounter, or was it the second? I remember at one stage they were down 26 points and finished 4 points in front. 6 goals now to Carlton. 6-5, 41 to Collingwood, 10-13, 73 at the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. And 2 goals to young Hopkins.
Collingwood stands at 10 goals 13, and Carlton since half-time have scored 2 quick goals. It seems to be putting them back in business. Over towards Jenkins, upset by Nichols. The ball is in the hands of Robertson as Big Nick is penalised for chopping evidently at Jenkins as he went for the knockaway, and Jenkins takes the free kick and gives a skimming pass which is snapped up on the half-forward line by a Collingwood player. It's Sergio Silvani on the mark. As the kick by Collingwood goes into attack. It's into the full forward area off the front of the pack. It's Tuddenham having a shot at the sticks. It's swinging in now, but not enough. It'll be close to the line and just about goes across the line. The umpire's given the decision, and I think it was quite accurate. It's a free kick given to Carlton in the back line. Collingwood 10-13, yet to score since half-time. Carlton has scored 2 goals to take their score from 4-5 to 6-5. The difference is the difference between 73 points and 41. Carlton's Hall with the ball. from the back pocket in front of the scoreboard. He kicks in front of the members' stand, stacked with fans. Up they fly for it. It's Twiggy Dunn. A left foot kick into the full forward pocket, falling to a Collingwood player, and Max Richardson is there to take that mark. Richardson's played very well with his brother. And we look for him now to kick to his brother, but not with that one off the side of his boot and still showing finals nerves. The ball's across the line on the full, and another free kick given away by Collingwood in the forward area.
Out of bounds from that kick of Matt Richardson, and Kevin Hall is to take the free kick. He tries a long hand pass to Silvani. Silvani on half-back flank now. Goes downfield and kicks a very bad-looking punt kick and gives Greening the chance. Greening fumbles, hits it down past himself, recovers again, hits it out wide in the open. The umpire's found a free kick. A push, he says, and the free kick goes to Collingwood. Johnny Greening will take it.
Well, nothing's working for Carlton. Some of these decisions certainly going Collingwood's way.
Greening about centre-half forward. It's a magnificent drop kick downfield. In front is Hall and takes the mark. Well, it didn't cover the distance. It was anticipated by McKenna, a disconsolate Peter McKenna. It's the first mistake he's made, if you can call that a mistake, and the freak. And once again, Hall with a long hand pass to Silvani. Silvani, see if he can kick better this time, which he does. Downfield it goes. Adamson comes in. There's two battle for it. Out wide it goes to Robertson. Robertson's got the chance to wheel out of trouble. He's about centre-half back as he boots it out looking for Croswell. Croswell goes up, and what a grand player he's been for Carlton. Dodgers caught. One-handed pass it was. He's allowed to get away with it. And the free kick is going to go Collingwood's way, and it's Desmond Tuddenham to take it. Tuddenham half-back line. Len Thompson's in perfect position this time, but misjudges of weight. Gill comes in. Out it goes towards Silvani. Silvani looks to get a hand pass out to Pennell. Pennell then kicks a long one down to the half-forward line. Tully's underneath it. Robert Wall's well done as he spoils him brilliantly. Nicely picked up by Potter. Potter in a flash out to Tuddenham. Tuddenham the short one downfield to Greening. Perfect football back to Tuddenham is a bit wild. Tuddenham a quick left footer, and underneath it is Pennell, and Pennell takes the mark on the half-back flank. His kick is down towards centre-half forward. Peter Jones comes out, goes too early, and Waters takes an easy run. Terry Waters at centre-half back. Price is underneath it and does it magnificently. Off he goes. Goes for the run. Looks for Twiggy Dunn. Changes his mind. It's a bad kick. Twiggy Dunn gets it. He'll have a shot for goal from about 50 yards out. Steadies himself and kicks a high punt kick downfield and just misses one behind. There's the scoreboard. Collingwood 10-15. Carlton 6-5, 75 points to 41. 10-14 it is. 74 to 41.
Kick by Hall, again favouring the outer side. 120,000 people watching on as Waters, the captain, flies against his own man Greening. They fumble the mark, and there's a free kick given to Carlton. Carlton Robertson looks like lining up to take the kick on the half-back flank. Carlton came out after half-time without Thornley, and they have Hopkins on. The kick by Carlton is into attack to centre-half forward, and Walls comes from the crowd to spin over the top of them and take an acrobatic mark. Walls at centre-half forward, one of many of the Carlton players who will need to pick up their game. Into the full forward area, up goes the acrobat, and he can't take it. Down in front, a left-handed hand pass straight to Nichols, gives it back into no man's land. Can Gallagher get up? No, he's checkmated right on the line. Gallagher fighting hard against O'Callaghan, picked up by Jackson. His snapshot is going close. Jackson, a miracle goal.
Oh, what a miracle. Oh, Sydney Jackson, that was class. A great snap under tremendous pressure right from the boundary line. What a beautiful left footer. Have you ever seen better than that one? 10-14, 7-5. And if that goal doesn't lift the Carlton side, I don't know what could.
Oh, what a magnificent comeback by the Blues. 7-5 now to Collingwood 10-14. Back in the centre, there's Jones getting the tap, but Collingwood chip in through Britt. Britt caught with the ball, drops it. Will he be penalised? He will be. And it's little Teddy Hopkins, who has been the greatest seat warmer this year, I should imagine. He's been on the bench plenty of times, but there's his kick now, swinging the Blues forward. The mark nearly taken by Jesselenko. Eakins comes to it, overruns it. There's Croswell in the thick of it. Will he get a free? He will. A pull round the net. And what a comeback by Carlton. And it's got this capacity crowd, a huge crowd, in the order of 120-odd thousand right on its toes. Let's see what Croswell can do. The young Tasmanian, one of several playing in this grand final today. In fact, there are 10 interstate players, and collectively on both sides. There's the shot by Croswell. It's pretty close. It's there. A goal to Carlton. 8 goals now on the board. 8-5 to Collingwood 10-14 at the 8-minute mark of the third quarter. What a thriller now, Tony.
Tremendous. 4 goals in this third term, and no doubt Barassi has really tongue-lashed this Carlton side at half-time and is now getting some results. A great move bringing Hopkins on. He's livened them up, and things seem to be going a little bit better for the Blues.
They've kicked 4 goals straight. There's Thompson, a knockdown to the Collingwood side, of course. Picked up by Silvani on the half-back line. The ball's gone to the half-forward line for his side. A couple of Collingwood fellas look like taking the mark. One was Britt, but he missed it, and breaking away is Jackson. On the run, his kick will fall short. Where's Nichols? He's hipping out. Nichols tucks the ball on in towards the goal mouth. Taken away by Tully. A desperate save. The ball in amongst the streamers on the half-forward line, and Dean just keeps it in play against Gould, who obviously is not 100% fit. The ball's come here, and it's marked beautifully by Walls. Walls on the half-forward line. Too far out to kick, so he gives a hand pass to Hopkins, who's kicked 2 in a couple of minutes. Hopkins into the goals again. It's over, and it's there.
3 goals to Hopkins. A great third quarter. Tremendous effort from this little fellow, and he's certainly given that life to the forward line. A great effort there. Good teamwork, too, and the Carlton players starting to come alive. Good football.
And now 120,000 people are starting to sound like 120,000 can when they're excited.
10-14, 74 points to Carlton, 9-5, 59, and down it goes to Con Britt. He's pursued by Crane. In comes Pennell. Pennell will drive Carlton into attack again, looking for Hopkins. Up in front goes O'Callaghan and takes the mark. O'Callaghan back in the back pocket on the dangerous little man who came on as 19th man. O'Callaghan. Down it goes Field, and Twiggy Dunn comes in with Peter Jones. Neither can mark it. Waters is tackled by Waite. Down to the ground they're going. Stacks on the mill. On top is Dunn there. And the umpire says free kick, and it's going to Carlton. And there's a little bit of a scrimmage. Out wide it goes. Picked up by Robertson. Robertson on the half-forward flank with a long punt kick. Down towards the pocket. Big Nick punts it down nicely towards Walls. Afterwards it goes too far for him. Eakins tackles him. Back it goes towards Jackson. Jackson runs into a barrage of trouble. Won't give up. Picks it up and has a shot for goal. He's tackled beautifully. Picks it up again. Won't give up. Down goes O'Callaghan, and the umpire, and eventually it's picked up nicely and driven out of danger by Potter. Waters underneath it, takes a telling mark.
Oh, my word, Carlton are putting a lot of pressure on Collingwood now as Collingwood go forward towards Price. He's going to be in trouble. Jones knocks the ball away. Crane's got it. Couldn't crack it. He's got it now, and he'll get the free kick too. Right in the centre. There's a kick going forward. What will be the decision? To Walls it is, and Walls goes away, dummies beautifully. He's going to line up the goal. It's a beautiful kick on its way and through. A goal to Carlton. Goal number 10. What a magnificent burst by the Blues. They started this quarter 4-5, and they've knocked on 6 goals straight. 6 straight to the Blues. Collingwood haven't added to their half-time score. Yes, they have. 1 behind at the 11-minute mark, and this is a typical Carlton recovery.
Now it is. It's really great football. The crowd roaring. A tremendous excited feeling here at the MCG.
Magnificent one by Silvani once again out wide, and Walls, who's been the dynamo, comes downfield, screws it high in the air down towards the pocket. Eakins goes racing out for it and can't reach it. Boundary umpire a long way behind the play indicates throw in. Eakins trying to claim the free kick.
Yes. He can't do that.
Carlton in attack and trailing by 9 points only as Jenkins comes in to do battle with John Nichols. Up they go, and Jenkins down towards Hopkins. Hopkins tackled. His kick goes to Jesselenko. He shoots for goal, and it's through. Oh! 3 points the difference.
Would you believe this? You couldn't have believed it if you'd have seen the first half. Could not possibly have believed such a tremendous Carlton comeback. Great football, 74-71. 3 points now separating these two sides.
And that's Jesselenko's first goal. Goal number 113 for the season to the Blues champion full forward. And the crowd just going wild with excitement.
The Blues have picked up 41 points in a trice. The ball onto the half-forward line towards Gould. There's a hold-up. There's a free kick going Collingwood's way, and it will be just across the centre line for them. Tully will take the kick and put the ball well and truly into attack because he is just about the longest kick in the game. Tully just on the defence side of centre, a high, long punt kick. It's a beauty. Up they fly, and Tomo's taken the mark. 6'7", Thompson takes the mark at centre half forward. Short passes. Where's the lead coming from? Dunn's up there, drops it off his chest, a bit nervy. Now he has a chance for ground play. He gets one fair in the back. It was a intended fair bump, but how did the umpire see it?
Should be a ball up. It was a fair bump.
Yeah, Dunn doesn't look too good. Got that one fair in the kidneys.
Yeah, he's going to give it free by the look of it.
Here's. Well, now, this is a steadier for Collingwood, although Dunn looking very shaky. You could almost hear his bones rattle as he was tackled there, very solidly indeed. And there's Dunn, one of the most nonchalant footballers you could possibly see, and he's going to line up the goal. He's a fair way out, though, about 45, 50 yards out. There's the drop kick on its way. It's a beautiful long run, but it's a little bit short, and it's marked brilliantly, is it, by Mackay? No, behind the line and behind to Collingwood. 10-15 now, 75 points to Carlton, 11-5, 71.
As the pass goes to Max Richardson on the back line. Here's his beautiful kick on the run to the half-forward line in front of the member stand. 2 against 1 for Carlton, the opposite of what was happening in the first term. They should win the ball, but the boundary might win out and does. Paul gave desperate chase, but couldn't keep the ball in play. Collingwood 10-15, 75, lead Carlton 11-5, 71 by 4 points as Jones gives it to Mackay. Mackay, who had a good first half, one of the few for Carlton, gives it to Waite. It was a play-on move because the ball was touched on its way. Waite's kick is onto the half-forward line. The mark should be to Adamson. The umpire's given it okay, and Adamson will take the ball on the half-back flank. 7 goals straight to Carlton in this magnificent, scintillating revival. To 2 points for the Woodsman has put Carlton within 4 points of the lead. Here's Adamson kicking the ball from defence just into attack. Croswell's up there, couldn't take it. The second bite comes out with the ball, then is checkmated by 2. Waters was one and Max Richardson the other. Held too high, evidently, and Croswell, who was making the ball his every endeavour, has the kick. Here he is with a high drop punt kick onto the half-forward line. 2 against 1, Collingwood's favour as Jenkins gets up. A huge leap but couldn't take it. Got his foot right to somebody's back. It must have been the fellow who will take the kick, and Walls has it.
Walls at centre half forward. Here's the chance. He sends the ball out wide to Gallagher, and Gallagher little Carlton Rover within kicking range. Now, can he put it through and put Carlton in front? Almost a silence comes over the ground as he lines this one up. There's the kick on its way, or it's swinging away, falling a little bit short, and is knocked away. Here's a chance for Jezelenko. He's been bumped there by Tuddenham. Clifton comes to the ball, tackled by Jezelenko, loses it. Nichols gets it, lines it up, and puts it through. All out of play.
It's a free kick previously. Clear against Jezelenko, yes, it's Clifton.
That takes a little bit of pressure off the Collingwood defence, and my word, they've had a lot of pressure on them in this quarter. 19 minutes of play we've seen in this third quarter as Clifton sends the ball wide out to Eakins. Eakins can mark it, can go for a run here. He's in the open spaces. Waters is calling for it. He's passed it to him. Can he mark it? He flies for the ball and holds it. Did he hold it long enough? He did. The mark's allowed. It was touch and go.
Yes, and so does a big percentage of the crowd.
Waters has got a lead from McKenna, but he's being smothered, and he decides to kick the ball to Thompson, and the big fellow had too much back there. Bobbed up in front of Jones to mark the ball, and the big question that Collingwood are probably asking themselves now, can Thompson put it through, give us our first goal for the term, which will be a steadier, and no doubt the Collingwood supporters are thinking along the same lines. Here's Thompson, big tall fellow, lining it up. The kick on its way, and it's through, I think. It is a goal. A goal to Collingwood, their first for the quarter. The first kick by big Len Thompson. There he is. You can see the leg trouble on his thigh there as he walked past us. He had an infection of the leg. There it is, that right leg on the thigh. And he was unable to train during the week. 11-15 now. The Blues to Carlton 11-5. 10 points the difference.
Crane's got it. Sylvan will battle for it too. Price is the fighter against Hopkins, and the umpire finds a free kick for Barry Price. Collingwood getting the breaks of the whistle. Barry Price, ball 15 yards against Sid Jackson for infringing over the mark, and Jackson walks back saying a few words to Don Todd. It's right down the danger zone with Len Thompson the target. Thompson leads out wide. David Mackay's there for front position against him and beats him. Out it goes to Hopkins. Hopkins boots it out to centre wing position, and it's 2-1. Gould, magnificent play.
Really, John Gould, now on the wing.
Dangerous hand pass, but Gary Crane back to Gould. Gould in trouble, real trouble. 3-1 against him, and is booted down by Tuddenham over the head of Wayne. Umpire's whistle has gone long behind the play, and the free kick is going to go Collingwood's way. Well, that was foolish hand passing, and Carlton paid the penalty.
Yes, there's nothing like a kick, particularly in defence, and John Gould certainly has had the experience to know better than play foolish handball like that.
Robert Dean with 10 points the lead for Collingwood at this stage, and it's about 22 minutes into the third term as downfield it goes. Now Terry Waters does battle. Silvani was the high leaper. Dead Tuddenham the good rover. He takes it over the line as he's tackled by Barry Gill. Half forward flank underneath the member.
That's a free kick against Tuddenham. I think made no effort to keep that ball in play.
Yes, players, and it's Barry Gill to take it. Gill on half-back flank, right on the boundary line. John Nichols on the ball, and Jenkins there with him. These two will battle this one out. Up they go. Look at goal! It's a magnificent leap over 6'4" of both of them. Brent Croswell drives it downfield towards centre half forward, and Gallagher tries the big one from behind. He comes down with the ball, tries to battle against three of them, and down he goes fighting and struggling for it. Umpire says ball was held to him or bounce it at centre half forward with Carlton in attack. On the bounce it's Peter Jones. Peter Jones back towards Jesselenko. Jesselenko to Gallagher. Gallagher fumbles it for once. Jesselenko comes through and takes the ball on. Jackson's there to give it to, but the umpire's whistle is blown, and the free kick is going to be played, and it looks like Carlton.
Yes, Jesselenko, I think, interfered as he tried to force a passage between those two Collingwood players. What a game effort to try to get through there in the first place.
Well, it's 10 points the difference. Collingwood in front, 11-15 to 11-5, and Jesselenko, the Carlton full forward, who's kicked 113 goals up to date for this season, and that's a record for the club. This brilliant recruit. Born in Austria, came from Canberra, shoots for goal. It's a magnificent kick. It was never offline. That's his second, and there's now only 4 points the difference.
Oh, hear that crowd roar. What a fantastic third quarter. Certainly worth coming miles to see and paying anything for a ticket if you're here, no doubt about it. Grand performance in the third term, and Carlton really taking the fight back to Collingwood.
8 goals straight to the Blues in this quarter. What a magnificent performance. They were outplayed in the first half, but they're giving Collingwood a football lesson in this third quarter. What will come of this bounce? Carlton get it forward. The whistle goes, and it's a free to Collingwood's Brit. Is it all Waters? No, Waters to take it right in the centre. Looking from McKenna. However, here's the ball coming up to Thompson, and he takes the mark. Led beautifully to position, and it was a perfect pass right onto his chest. There's McKenna making position for him, but he's covered well by Hall. What will Thompson do? He must drive towards the goal. There's the kick on its way. Dunn is waiting for it there. Also McKenna. Dunn it is. Who flies? Will he be allowed to mark? We'll wait and see.
Yes, he's going to be.
I think so. Or it's a free to Tuddenham. Tuddenham's going back, indicating that it's his kick. But I think it's going to Dunn willy-nilly.
I think so.
Perhaps Collingwood had it both ways. Anyhow, it's Dunn, straight in front. Twiggy Dunn, Mr. Nonchalant. Cool should have no trouble putting it through. He does, straight through the middle. That's his second for the quarter. Collingwood's 13th, and Collingwood have another breather. 13 goals on the board. 13-15 now, or is it 12-15? 12-15 is the correct score. 12-15 to Collingwood. Carlton 12-5 at the 25-minute mark of the third quarter.
With those 10 points separating them again as they finished up last time. Collingwood had 10 more shots, you might remember, and they're doing it again so far. Twiggy done 2 goals this quarter, both from frees.
And now for the algebra of the centre bounce, and it was Big Nick getting it, but it's taken by Greening right out of his grasp almost. A left foot kick by Greening puts Collingwood back in business. They're into attack on the forward line. Hutton comes into it with Gill, who's been a busy player, and now Conbrett is giving chase. He's leading Pinnell in the race for the ball. A left foot kick is still in play. It goes right past McKenna, almost into the goal square, but stretching out his right hand was Mackay. Saved the ball carrying to a Collingwood man who would have scored, and the kick is back to the half-back line for the Carlton team. Carlton a magnificent term. They've picked up 8 goals to 2 goals 2, with the ball now going out of play. 8 goals straight they've kicked in this term to come from 4-5 to 12-5. Collingwood at 12-15, having kicked 2-2 in this term. Up goes Jenkin, a beautiful piece of ruck play. Where's the rover? It's the centre man Price. He's checkmated, wasn't in possession. His free kick. Price has the ball on the half-forward line, and there's his stab pass going straight to centre half-forward, and it's Wayne Richardson getting poleaxed, it seems, after taking delivery of the ball, and a 15-yard penalty goes against Finway.
Oh, foolish play. No need for that weight.
Wayne Richardson so far has kicked 1 goal 3. His brother Max has been a good player too. Quite the reverse of the way these brothers played. Capable and all as they are in the second semi-final. They were down for most of the game. But for most of the season they've been well and truly up. A magnificent pair of players. And here is Wayne Richardson at centre half forward. A chance to score from about 50 yards out and straight in front. Kicking to the scoreboard goal. The drop punt kick. Up it goes now. Slow. Won't make the distance. Who'll save? It's a Carlton save for Mackay. Mackay's a marvellous find. This has been the most exciting quarter one could imagine. Carlton out of business at the halfway mark. Everybody was putting down their glasses and saying, well, that's the grand final all over with, but not by a long shot. As the ball comes to Crane, that's the third time he's dropped a sitter. Over to Dean. Dean hand passes it right over the top of Gill. It comes back here to Mulcair, who gives it now to Crane. Crane back on his feet, kicks the ball here to the centre wing. Potter's in front of his man, just can't snap it up in time. Price is standing handy and takes possession, avoids a tackle by Crane and kicks the ball deep into the full forward area. Mackay up in front of Thompson. The ball drifts behind, picked up by Carlton's Hill. The ball's come in front of the member stand towards Dean, who spills the mark across the line. 12-15 to 12-5 the score. Collingwood lead by 10 points and time on now being played in the third term. Potter, I see, is cramped right in front of the coach's bench as Wayne Richardson off the front of the pack and 50 yards from that incident puts the ball back into attack. The ball well and truly up into attack as the mark is taken by Twiggy Dunn, one of the best kicks on the run you'd see. Dunn so far has kicked in this game. What's he done? He's kicked 2 goals, 1.
Dunn sends another skimming drop kick downfield and out they come and haul from behind. Once again. A telegraph from the perfect blue.
Yes, no effort to punch that one, Hall. He left McKenna get too far in front. Left his run too late.
Yes, and that was it. McKenna, who's kicked 5 goals up to date, is coming in to shoot for his 6th. He's only about 25 yards out. Kicks to the scoreboard goal. The famous drop punt he boots and boots it straight, and that's number 6 to McKenna, and Collingwood go to a 16-point lead.
Well, have the Magpies regained their poise? It looks as though they have. A couple of very, very handy goals indeed, and now they've just taken the edge off that great Carlton run. Carlton perhaps knocked the steam out of themselves with such a great effort in this third term, and it looks as though now Collingwood have just taken control of the reins again, momentarily perhaps.
143 goals to McKenna, back on the centre. There's Big Jenkins going high. The ball knocked down to Tudman. Tudman sends Collingwood forward. However, Carlton come through. There's Price, brilliant in the centre, but his hand pass is intercepted by Silvani. Price comes in again. Look at the milling. Mass in the centre there. And umpire Jolly will bounce it. It's really tough now. It's bruising football. There's the ball not cleared of Collingwood. Chance for them. They can't trap the ball. And good go against Croswell here. Kicking in danger against him. And the free kick will go Collingwood's way. Greening to take the free, almost in the centre. Looking here for Twiggy Dunn, but it's short of him, and the mark is taken by Waite.
Oh, no!
Play on his head, and it goes out here to Mackay. Mackay's kick luckily carries out here to Robertson. Robertson a hand pass to Gill on the move. Gill immediately swings the ball, penetrating to Jezelenko. He's outnumbered there, and there's Waters steadying behind the pack. Grabs the ball, is looking here for Greening. It's going to fall well short of him as Hopkins sets himself for it with Jackson. There's Robertson moving to the ball, but the boundary line looms up in front of him, and it'll have to be thrown in. 13-15, Collingwood to 12-5 Carlton.
Carlton have come from 44 points down as Collingwood win the ball in the ruck. It's a left-handed pass down here, attempted pick up by Greening, gets tripped, and it's his free kick. Greening is on the defence side of centre and will put this ball into attack towards the scoreboard goal. Collingwood 13-15, leading Carlton 12-5. What a revival, what a third term to remember. The kick is over Gallagher's head for the Carlton side and swooped on by Wayne Richardson. His kick is short, but Collingwood get in front and take the mark through Dunn. Is it Dunn or is it...
Yes, and it's been caught.
And he gets a rabbit killer behind, puts on a bit of an act. The ball's gone 15 yards upfield. Mulcair has it in his possession. It's Waite again. A hand pass over here to Gallagher. Didn't carry to him. It was Max Richardson chipping in. Breathing in deeply now. Avoids with a blind turn. Gives a hand pass to McKenna. McKenna a shot at the sticks, and here could be another, but it's not. McKenna has to be content with 6 goals, 3 now.
Yes, it was good play by Collingwood to get out of that. Certainly looked for a moment as though the Carlton defence would win out, but no free kick came, and the Collingwood were able to pepper those goals. There's the scoreboard, 13-16 to 12-5. Collingwood 94, Carlton 77.
That's Kevin Hall, who's had a pretty tough assignment, wandering back at fullback.
Not long to go in this third quarter.
Hall chooses the outer side of the ground and boots it out wide. It's a shocking kick to Wayne Richardson. Richardson wishes what he might have taken, but was pushed in the back by Gill, and the free kick will go to Collingwood's Wayne Richardson, the vice-captain.
And just look at the streamers there, Doug.
Yes, there's the siren.
And that's the end of the third quarter, and Richardson's going to have a shot at goal. He's a long way out, but he's going to try to get the distance here. I don't think he can. He'll be about 60 yards out. Shade too far. The roar from the crowd as he comes in to line it up. He's come close in. There's the kick on its way. My word, it's a magnificent attempt, but that little bit short, and that brings to a close the third quarter. And what a thriller. A great recovery by Carlton, kicking 7 goals straight in that third quarter.
kind of a chapter is this opening up for us now as the ball goes to Carlton Robertson. He was swamped. It's gone to Crane now, threads his way cleverly through the pack and kicks the ball over his head onto the half-forward line. Carlton into attack towards the scoreboard goal, turned out by O'Callaghan. He's been defending strongly. Much more work coming up, however, as the ball goes to Britain. The umpire, I think, will intervene. Don Jolly having only his third finals match in his first ever grand final. Bouncing the ball here just across the centre and in Carlton's territory. Over here to Gallagher after the ruck play. Good play by Gallagher, sorted out things well from the ruck play, read it well, kicks the ball into the full forward area. Jeselenko's not there, the ball's back on towards Hopkins. He's got three already, and there's hit.
He could have run right through. Bad luck for Hopkins. 3 goals, 1 to his credit, and that would have been 4 straight, would have been a miraculous effort.
Jeselenko's back at full forward, is Clifton the full back, recruited from Floreat Park in West Australia. Jeff Clifton had a man-sized job today and done it very well. Kicks a punt kick and it's a long one downfield where it's a Jenkin-Nichols battle. Neither can take it. Jackson gets a hand pass over towards Walls. Walls has got 3-1 against him, and here's a chance now for a pick-up by Adamson. His left footer goes down where Wayne Richardson, Barry Gill fight for it. Neither can take it. Down goes Waite. Nice play here by Mulcair. Mulcair beats 2 of them, dodges away from the pack, gets onto his left foot, boots it down to open territory. It's Robert Dean in front. Nicely taken by the brilliant Price, and Price drives them into attack with a perfect pass to Thompson. And he kicked the ball, can Barry Price. Thompson quickly onto his left foot, and Barry Gill tries to intercept. McKenna's there. Kevin Hall takes it away from him, breaks away, and he'll go for one of those traditional Kevin Hall runs, boots it across towards the centre wing. Robertson's got the chance from behind. Terry Waters, cleverly done, out to Greening. Greening beat about centre wing, boots it downfield. Kevin Hall goes up above Richardson and takes a good mark. Oh, if ever they needed one, they needed that one. It's booted down where Nichols and Jenkin once again. Behind it was Robertson, who got there first. John Nichols comes out appealing for the free kick and will take it. No, it's Robertson to take it. Adrian Gallagher is the man who boots it back to his teammate Ian Robertson. Robertson as often doesn't play over the man of the mark, and umpire Jolly lets him go. Robertson now about half-back flank centre, drop kick downfield, looking for Croswell. Over Croswell's head it goes, picked up by O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan well over the line. The boundary umpire belatedly picks it up. Out half-forward flank in front of the grandstand. Got Carlton in attack, and Carlton trailing by 94 points to 78. Collingwood in front. As Peter Jones comes in and does battle with Jenkin this time. Jones wins it to Gallagher beautifully. Gallagher gets away, held it a long time, but he must have been penalised too high, and the free kick goes to Adrian Gallagher. Well, Gallagher is not a long kick, but he can certainly put it down around that 10-yard square this time. Tries the short one to Jackson. Well done, Gallagher. Good lead it was, and here's a man who can kick a long way. It's Sydney Jackson. He's a long way out. And Adamson, umpire Jolly directing to go back those few feet. Jackson, who's a magnificent kick, is kicking towards the scoreboard goal. Carlton 12-6. As Sydney Jackson comes in, chooses a punt kick this time, a spiral torpedo punt. It'll be close, but not good enough. It's 1 behind. Carlton advanced to 12 goals, 7, and Collingwood a 13-16.
15 points the difference. Collingwood in front. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the final quarter as Clifton is about to put the ball into play. He's played well at fullback. Going straight down the ground with this kick. It's not a bad drop punt either. And there's big Jenkins getting up in front, trying to mark it, knocked away by Nichols. Gives Carlton a show, but it comes clear here to the brilliant Price. He's been a damaging play on the centre. Look at him going downfield. Sends a hand pass. Out it goes to Greening. Greening in turn to Brett. He could be in trouble. Sends it back to Greening. Well played, Collingwood. Greening a long kick. Swing the ball well forward. Up it goes towards Mackay, who traps it beautifully. Keeps it in play. Beautiful defence by the young fellow as he sends it back towards Robertson. But a magnificent mark is taken here by Greening, the former Tasmanian. A brilliant young winger this far. Now, can Collingwood capitalise on this forward move? Here's the kick by Greening.
It's a long one downfield looking for Thompson. Mackay's his opponent. Thompson, strength and power. 6 foot 6.5, 16 stone 4 was too much for the recruit David Mackay. And when I say recruit, he was best and fairest in the second best and fairest in the seconds last year, and has made a wonderful senior debut this year. One of Carlton's stars. That time, the giant frame of Thompson. He's about 25 to 30 yards out. It's a magnificent kick. Was never in doubt. That's another major to Thompson. That's his own second, and Collingwood's 14th.
Yes, 14-16. 12-7, and that one is certainly a goal that Collingwood need, because it just puts them that extra 6 points in front of Carlton, and perhaps Carlton now have lost the edge off that tremendous effort that they showed us in the third term. Can they come back? Can they fight to hit the lead? Well, let's wait and see.
Collingwood even 100 points now, and Carlton 21 points down. Collingwood won it in the ruck, but it wasn't too constructive. The ball's still in the centre circle, where Angels fear to tread. The umpire will take over again. Carlton picked up 27 points by that sensational third-term burst, but Collingwood on top in the early stages of this final term. A grand final is in the balance here as Croswell can't get rid of the ball. He was holding the ball. The free kick goes to Tottenham, who put him in the bear hug. Tottenham from the centre of the ground kicks the ball to the half-forward flank, looking for Thompson, who's too mobile for Mackay. And again, Barassi reaches for the phone. He's upset with Mackay, giving Thompson latitude. The ball's gone to Hall, who's picked up his game remarkably. Hall from centre half-back kicks into the centre of the ground. Off Tully's hands. Behind it goes to Jenkins. Jenkins grabbed by Silvani. Gets rid of the ball, however, to his captain, who kicks to the half-forward line. Dunn loses the ball between his big legs. Picked up by Britt. Free kick back there. And it will go to Carlton. Carlton to take the ball at centre half-back. And Pennell has hold of the ball. Pennell, who won selection when Quirk wasn't ready, cramps after kicking the ball, and the mark has been taken by Jenkins. Jenkins taken a few good ones today, but not as many as consistently has he game by game over the season. The kick by Jenkins from the centre of the ground is over to the half-forward line. Out there is Gould. Gould takes on Dean, who'll get there first. It's Croswell coming in third in line. The bounce of the ball favoured him. Tottenham uses his weight, took his eye off the ball, and here's the brilliant Croswell. Ren Croswell, a sensation last week, kicks the ball towards Jackson, and Jackson gets it on his chest. Jackson is just across the centre of the ground, too far out to score from, and we'll look for the leads. Jezelenko is lurking right back towards the goal square, only about 5 yards from the kick-off line, and the ball going down to that area now. He's got the run-up, but I don't think he'll compete. He comes from behind too late. The ball's been marked in front by the big fella, number 21, Jeff Clifton, formerly of WA. Collingwood hang on to their 21 points lead. They've got an even 100 points on the board, and we've played 7 minutes into the final term.
Clifton's long left footer covers 65 yards looking for Dunn. Up goes Croswell in front of him, behind the chances there for Waite. Waite then left foots it high on the area out wide where Jezelenko's under an awkward one. Up he goes nicely, punched away from him. Hopkins nicely done, gets it taken away from him. Stacks on the middle as they fight for it. Hopkins eventually gets it, dodges cleverly onto his left foot, down to John Gould, waiting for it to fall, and he misses what he should have taken very badly. O'Callaghan comes in, there's Dean as well. A nice pick up by Gallagher. Gallagher's kick is beautifully smothered. Jezelenko won't give up. He's tackled when never in possession, will take the free kick. Alex Jezelenko, he will never admit defeat. Jezelenko and Nichols lurking in the goal square, and Eakins and Jenkins both there with him. Jezelenko's going to try the long one. He's a good 65 yards out from goal. The scoreboard goal is his target. Comes in, won't make the distance. It's to the 10-yard square. Up goes Jenkins above the pack. Tully comes and Big John gets pulled high, and the umpire comes in and indicates it's a free to Nichols, and Nichols has got the chance to make the scoreboard 6 points closer for Carlton.
Very cool as Big John. Never in doubt about the free, and never ever flustered or hurried.
This game's still wide open. Straight kick here from Nichols, and Carlton be right back in business.
Normally he kicks with tremendous authority, does Nichols. This is no exception. Straight through it goes. Carlton 13-7, 85 points, and Collingwood 14-16, 100.
15 points the difference at about the 8-minute mark of the final quarter. Still a chance for Carlton to pull this game out of the fire. Collingwood looked home and hosed at half-time when they were 44 points in front, but Carlton staged that magnificent third quarter when they kicked 8 straight. It was a magnificent effort by the Blues when you remember that they're playing 3 hard games in a row. Umpire Don Jolly. 27 there for Collingwood is Britt. Pennell number 15 for Carlton. There's Big Jones going high, but Jenkins gets the tap down. They pack the centre. Oh, there could be a kicking in danger here. It was given, and the free will go to Waite. Waite to take it right in the centre, and he'll swing Carlton well forward. He's a beautiful penetrating kick. This is not a bad one. Up the centre half forward. Jezelenko, a mark.
Yes.
Brilliant. Great player this one.
Out at centre half again.
And he'll put it up in the air, no doubt, for Nichols. Eakins is watching him closely. Here's Nichols coming to it with Eakins, but the ball is well wide of both of them. A throw-in about 15 yards around from the right-hand behind post with Carlton well into attack.
Nichols, Jenkins battle. Jenkins high up above him. Clifton comes through. John Nichols well done out to Walls. He has a shot from a difficult angle. Peter Eakins tucks it. It was through. It was touched through. What a magnificent leap by Eakins, and how close that was.
Oh, yes, even Walls went back to say a few words to the goal umpire. It looked from here as though Eakins was behind the line when he got his hand to it. However, one behind only. The crowd not very happy about that decision.
15 points the difference. beer cans coming onto the ground right behind Jeff Clifton there, because some were dissatisfied with that decision. But the goal umpire made certain that Walls knew that he was in command of the situation and gave a decision accordingly. The ball to the half-back line. Who will take the mark? It's Jonesy. Jones has taken the mark. 6'6" Jones. He played a first-class game last week. Hasn't been of that calibre this week, but who knows, in the dying stages of this game, could give tremendous service and win the game yet for Carlton. Into the full forward area. No! Big John.
What a ripper. Great effort. A big, strong one, whipping the ball over the back of the pack and over the back of his own head. Great effort.
Certainly that was the powerhouse frame of the man who's played more games for Carlton than anybody in history, and if ever they wanted to go away on this one, he doesn't let them down, and he rams through another one. 8 points the difference.
Well, that's his second, and Carlton certainly using very interesting tactics in this quarter. Jeselenko firing the ball down, Nichols anchored in that full forward position, or the forward pocket position, and it's working so far.
Oh, what a game. What a thriller. And this huge crowd, there's a section of them. A capacity crowd, round about 120-odd thousand, watching this thriller as Carlton come back magnificently. Only 8 points down, when you remember at one stage they were 44 points behind. And also remember that they played 3 tough games in a row. Well now, just listen to the roar from the crowd. There's Big Jones going in, trying to get the tap, but it's grabbed here by Waters. Waters a long kick up towards McKenna and Hall. Hall can win out here, just misjudged it. Tuddenham comes in, the ball's kicked clear by Carlton, and through they come. The brilliant Croswell caught with the ball, drops it, and was held, not in possession, and the free kick will go the Blues' way. He can be a match winner, this fellow. He's a great young player, young Tasmanian, and there's his kick out onto the member stand wing, where Crane very nearly marked it. Greening knocked the ball away. Coming in here is Pennell. Pennell caught with the ball, drops it. I think he'll be penalised. Yes, it's going Price's way. Down on the ground, a Collingwood player just in front of us is Greening.
Chandler's on for Carlton.
Price with the ball for Collingwood. Sends the ball onto their left half forward line, looking for Thompson, but the mark is taken here by Mackay. A beautiful steadying mark. Gould is off the ground. There's the kick by Mackay towards Gallagher. Chipping in was Tully. Couldn't trap it though. Wait is there. Hand pass into the open spaces. Goes to Crane. He fumbles. Oh, allows Price in. Brilliantly played Price. Gets the ball to Max Richardson. He passes to McKenna, but Hall chips in magnificently to break up the attack. And away go the Blues again. But here's Adamson coming through in bashing style for Collingwood. Sends the ball forward, but Jones is in the way. Defence is on top at the moment as the ball seesaws from one end of the ground to the other. Jeselenko a big leap. There he is on the ground. Gets the ball out to Crane. The whistle's gone in the interim, and it's going to be a free kick against the Blues. Throwing the ball, and it's going Collingwood's way.
Jeselenko remonstrating there that he punched the ball out, but it looked pretty much like a throw.
8 points the difference at the 13-minute mark of the final quarter.
The grand final is in the balance. Only about 15 minutes for play left. 8 points the difference, and the kick, Collingwood's Wayne Richardson. From the centre of the ground, the Woodsmen go into attack towards the Richmond end of the huge MCG. 120,000, the record crowd watching on as Mackay goes up and can't hang on to that mark. Robertson can't get through the pack with the ball. Goes back for it now, but there's a whistle sounding above the shrill cacophony of the crowd, and it's a free kick to Collingwood, and Twiggy Dunn will take it.
Oh, dear. Still getting some of these very, very close decisions. Kicking in danger was the rule by umpire Jolly, or the ruling. Twiggy Dunn's the recipient.
Ricky Watts on the ground.
Ricky Watts on the ground for Collingwood, and Chandler is on for the Carlton team, replacing Gould. Here's Twiggy Dunn kicking the ball with a torpedo punt into the far pocket, and the mark will be taken by Mackay, who dropped back well and was on his own there and gives a hand pass towards Croswell. What are they doing? They let Tuddenham in. Tuddenham's grabbed just in the nick of time. They appeal frantically for the decision holding the ball, and Tuddenham has to surrender it, and Carlton, a stitch in time, saves 9, and another hand pass in defence. It goes this time to Mackay, who was the offender originally, through Twiggy Dunn's hands at centre half back. Can Carlton gain possession through Waite? They do. Gives it to Silvani, gives it back to Waite, tries to pass through. There's a lead given here from Robertson. Robertson on the centre wing might get them out of trouble. Their hearts have come out of their mouths now, and they can rest easily if he gets past this player. Oh, he's got a turn again in all the trouble in the world. Hopkins 3 goals in the third term, takes it finally. The kick's up there into the full forward area, and Eakins takes the mark.
Hopkins had places to put that, but unfortunately put it in the wrong spot. What pressure on the young fella.
Yes, his lack of long kicking was certainly shown up that time because there was lots of places, as Tony Longfellow said, and he kicked it short. Eakins relieved brilliantly, sends a long high punt kick downsfield, looking for Graham Jenkins. Waters from behind. Peter Jones almost took it. Down to the ground they go. Conbrick's the man pursuing it. He'll be met by Gallagher. Kick off the ground there by Wayne Richardson was dangerous. And once again it stacks on the middle and umpire Don Jolly will bounce it.
Still only 8 points the difference at about the halfway mark of the final quarter.
Jones and Jenkins once again. Gallagher roving close to the pack. Gets a short one out to Jackson. Adams.
Oh.
Jackson!
Guilty.
Soared above Adamson and took the beauty. And let's remember Jackson 5'8" and Adamson 6'1". Sydney Jackson, the brilliant player from West Australia. It's a thumping long kick and Johnny Nichols and Eakins. Eakins misses what I thought he'd taken it through for behind.
And 7 points the difference now. My word, Carlton getting very close to Collingwood. And I bet Bobby Rose has got his fingers crossed down there at the moment. He's been a luckless coach for Collingwood over the years. There he is. Here's the kick in by Clifton. It's a beauty too. Robertson flies and takes the mark. Will he be allowed?
Yes.
He will. That was a beauty. He had the tall timber against him. That's mark number 4, taken by Robertson. And he can swing Carlton well forward again. He's indicating he's going to kick it right into the goal square. And there's the drop on its way. It's a beauty. Nichols is setting himself for it. Went one-handed. It's knocked down. Kick by Clifton. Off the ground. Right across the goal line. And this gives the show for Collingwood to come clear. O'Callaghan with the ball and sends it out of the danger zone. However, Carlton not to be denied. Get the ball to Hopkins. Hopkins undecided. Eventually sends the ball forward. Jackson flies. Can't hold it. Silvani comes in. He loses possession. Wayne Richardson comes through. Gets the ball across to brother Max. Max Richardson down to centre half forward where Dunn goes for it. Britt came through. Couldn't trap it. Collingwood coming back now up the Blues, and there's a pack of players there with Waite getting a hand pass to Hall. Hall immediately sends Carlton forward. They come out in defence, but there's a show here for Collingwood as the ball's knocked towards Wayne Richardson. Robertson comes in, gets it to Silvani. He traps the ball on the ground, but through comes Putnam. He's in trouble. They're going down like 9 pins as the ball comes out to Price. Price, a brilliant player, sends it forward towards McKenna. The ball knocked away, comes to Britt. Britt has a left foot snap. It's going to fall short. McKenna's setting himself for it with Hall, or rather Croswell. And between them, they take it over the line. Well, what a thriller.
Tremendous.
Tremendous football. 7 points the difference. Collingwood in front.
Jenkin and Jones do battle. Jones front position, Jenkin up above him. Vin Waite's got the opportunity to boot Carlton back to the centre of the ground. Gallagher's out there and leading in the race to the ball is Gary Crane. Dean is after him. Crane goes further. Dean is going to get there first and Crane goes to the ground with cramp. Picked up by Dean and Dean boots it back to centre half forward. And high in the pack was Vincent Waite. Almost took a good one. He did take a good one. Oh, a battling, tenacious juggling mark by Vince Waite. His first mark for the game, but what a timely one. About 18 minutes of elapsed in the last term as Waite then boots a long left-footer down, looking for Walls. Potter's with him. Waters, the high leaper, down behind the pack. They struggle for it. Jackson's in the van, gets it out to Crane. Crane over Nichols' head, and Nichols has got to go for the run, but he hasn't got the paces. Is led there by Richardson. Richardson beautifully bumped out. In comes Silvani. Silvani on the ground is a tired player. Picked up by Eakins. Surges on the ground again. Nice play, Jesselenko. In comes Clifton over the line, out of bounds. Half forward flank, the Blues in attack and trailing by 7 points. Nichols comes in to do battle with Thompson. Thompson wins it. Across it goes towards Hopkins and Wayne Richardson picked up there nicely by Watt. Watt gets a left footer downfield. Johnny Greening's underneath it. Barry Gill spoils him nicely. Good play by David Mackay, one of their best. Gets a hand pass to Pennell. Pennell breaks away. He held it too long. Free kick to Greening. John Greening. The youngsters, who's already a veteran of 3 seasons, boots it downfield. It's a bad kick. Peter Jones marks it. Oh, that dangerous hand passing Carlton. Barry Gill gets his kick and kicks it out to the boundary line, over the line on the full, and once again they pay the penalty.
When will Jones learn? You can't do that in defence. Too many times, Carlton giving away kicks.
About 10 minutes left and 7 points separating them, and many are crocks on the field. Greening is one of them, standing alongside. He's quite immobile. The ball's given again to Collingwood by a decision there, holding the ball, and Ricky Watt on his 19th man for the Woodsman has the kick. Ricky Watt, a left foot kick and a fine utility player, boots the ball onto the half forward line. A couple of Carlton fellas there, they spoil each other. Mackay's in front, has the ball going for him, can't pass through the pack, waiting behind Jenkin. He can't get rid of it either. Crane has hold of the ball now. It's gone Carlton's way, holding the ball, Collingwood, and Croswell will take it. Croswell at centre-half back with the scoreboard 100 points to 93. A long time since Collingwood added to their score, and Carlton desperately trying to get 8 points to put their nose in front. Up there goes Croswell's kick. Behind it, Eakins. Eakins' kick is smothered by Jackson. Jackson sweeps on the ball out of the clouds. Here he is on the half-forward line. The hand pass to Hopkins on his own. Got 3 goals in the last term. Should have been 4. A goal! A tremendous moment.
Oh, what a fantastic game. 1 point the difference now. Collingwood 100 points. There's the board. Carlton 99. And this biggest crowd ever to watch one of the best grand finals ever. No two ways about it. And just listen to the roar from the crowd. They're going berserk almost. There's Thompson gets the ball clear. Big chance here for Greening, or rather Dean. Dean gets the ball for Collingwood. Sends it up towards McKenna. In front is Hall. Big Jenkins is there to grab the ball. He's in trouble though. Hall comes to it. And Pennell defensively kicks it away from the pack and out of play.
Oh, this is no place for weak hearts.
And the messages are going out right, left and centre from the coaches' benches. And down on the ground, a Carlton player, but let's concentrate on the play as Croswell grabs it for Carlton. Sends a long hand pass. Waits goes for it here. Oh, he's met solidly by Dean. But he's backed up nicely. And away goes the ball to Crane. Crane can pass it out here to Chandler. There he is all on his own. And Chandler swings the ball forward. It's in a little bit short though. And it gives Collingwood the show. Through Potter. Potter's kick is high in the air, out onto the outer side of the ground, where the mark is coolly taken here by Twiggy Dunn.
Dunn with the ball decides to play on, gives the hand pass to Price, who's a very mobile player, one of the best centre men in the game this year. Up into the full forward area, it's 2 Carlton fellas, and Mackay again saves the day with a fine mark. How many is that, Jack? That's his 8th mark. From the back lines, it's Mackay, short passing there to Jones, and Jones takes the mark and shrugs off the attack. There's his kick on the run, on the rebound. Here come Carlton with a counter-attack. Can they get up? Jess is up in the middle of that pack. Jezza comes out with it. The Magician's got it again. Magnificent play by Jesselenko. Plays on to the full forward area, dropping back his balls. Balls could get the run on. A kick off the ground into the full forward pocket. No further score with 1 point still separating the sides.
Carlton right there too, in that forward pocket. What tremendous tension on the Collingwood defence.
24 minutes gone. 1 point separating the sides as Big John goes in as number 2 against Clifton as ruckman. Jackson tries to come through. Comes through with the ball once more. Left foot kicking towards the goal square, but it's intercepted beautifully by Eakins, who's doing well in the back pocket. 24 minutes gone. 1 point the difference.
Peter Eakins has got the mark or the kick for over the line, whichever you choose, and sends a long one down. It's Jones and Dunn, and behind it is Croswell. Down to the ground, and Croswell recovers brilliantly. He's been a magnificent player. He throws it one hand out in front of him as he's tackled. It's over the line, out of bounds.
Well, what a cliffhanger this is. 1 point the difference. Collingwood 100 points to Carlton 99.
As Nichols comes in to take on the heavy work, comes in and battles with Dunn. He gets front position beautifully. Nice play, Croswell. Down goes Dunn. Croswell over the top of him. Nichols is hauling Dunn out, and the umpire's going to bounce it once again. 1 point the difference. Carlton in attack. Collingwood in front. Up goes Nichols and Dunn. Down it goes. And once again, it's a hungry pack falling on top of a weary pack, and it's picked up eventually by Chandler, but the umpire's whistle is blown again. Still 1 point the difference as Nichols comes in and battles. Down it goes, and the free kick is claimed, and it's going to Big John. He's about 65 yards out.
And the burning question is, can Carlton capitalise on this forward move? If they do, they could hit the front, or they could level the score. 1 point down, remembering that at one stage at half-time, they were 44 points down.
Game number 247 for Nichols, and if ever he wanted a long one, this is it. Goes field. Eakins front position. Croswell above him. Almost took a bluting. Picked up nicely by Watt. Watt goes downfield. In comes Sergio Silvani. Gets his kick and boots them back into attack. And there's a lot of Collingwood players for this one. Clifton misses it. In front, the chance for Adamson. He runs into trouble. A chance for Jesselenko. Jesselenko across the pocket. Wayne Richardson goes after it. And the ball beats him over the line out of bounds.
And still Collingwood cling to their 1 point advantage at the 24.5-minute mark of the final quarter.
Dunn in front. Nichols behind him. Across it goes to Waters. Waters, the captain, goes after it. He'll be picked up. He is picked up. Over the top.
Dropping the ball.
Drop the ball. Umpire is going to play that he'll bounce it.
Oh, it was a difficult decision for him at a crucial moment.
Here's Robertson. Croswell pulled around the net. Must take the free kick. He's about 40 yards out.
Well, can this young Tasmanian put it through and put Carlton in front for the first time at the 25-minute mark of the final quarter? A brilliant young player, one of several Tasmanians figuring in this game today. There's the kick on its way. It's a beauty. It's through the middle, and Carlton have hit the front. That's his first goal.
Second goal.
Second goal.
The first time Carlton have hit the front. First time in front all day, and it's now almost at the time on. Would you believe it? A fantastic finish. A great game. And you can hear the 120,000 odd people screaming their heads off. Fantastic.
And I think Hurd is coming on for Collingwood. Back in the centre now. Carlton get the tap. Collingwood come in, but Carlton not to be denied. Work the ball forward. Britt goes for it here. He's under pressure. Humbled on the ground, and will get a free kick. Britt to take the free for Collingwood. Now, can the Magpies hit back? Now, 5 points down as Britt sends a long one forward. Max Richardson flies for it. Plenty of Carlton players. And the mark is taken by young Pennell, one of the youngest players on the ground. A steadying mark for Carlton.
And downfield it goes, and underneath it there's a chance for Collingwood to take it through. Jenkins does. He was going to go on with it, changed his mind. Out in the direction of Dean it goes. He'll be pursued by Crane, and Dean with the socks down and looking pretty bedraggled and tired takes the mark. He's in centre wing position. Carlton leading by 5 points as Collingwood swing into attack through Dean. Downfield in front, the chances there for Robertson. He misses what he should have taken. Plays on well and breaks out of trouble. Onto his left foot out towards Pennell. Pennell, who's been down with the cramp, goes gallantly after it towards the boundary line. He fights for it. Here comes Con Britton, takes it over the line out of bounds on the full, and I think Philip Pennell was pretty grateful to see it go over the line. And so he's only a schoolboy, is Pennell, 19 years old. Peter Jones. And up above him goes Hurd. Barry Gill out to Peter Jones. Well done. Peter Jones screws it back and coming towards it. A great effort by O'Callaghan. In front is Wayne Richardson. Wayne Richardson, a short pass to Price. And Price takes the mark from a perfect pass. Barry Price tries the short one out wide looking for McKenna. McKenna's up and Deal take the mark or the free.
Play on.
Play on, says the umpire. Picked up by Silvani. Silvani down and Clifton comes out to trap it. Jesselenko comes through like a bullet. There's nobody at home as he kicks it down to the 10-yard square. Which way will it bounce?
It's goal!
Well, what a miraculous goal. And look at Ronnie Barassi. Oh, they're going wild with excitement, the Carlton supporters, and they have every right to. It's a fantastic recovery, an unbelievable one. There's Barassi sending a message out. No doubt they're going to bottle us up now, the Blues, at the 27-minute mark. And Carlton are 11 points in front.
Peter Jones stunts it out, taken by Watt. He's forced to a right footer. Boots them into attack. Peter McKenna and Kevin Hall fly for it. Beautifully done, Hall, as he thumps it down. In comes Robertson, who will Conbridge his opponent. Sergio Silvani, the gallant old fellow, comes in and picks it up. Half-back flank, he boots it down. O'Callaghan's underneath it, running with the flight of the ball. He misses it. Still got time to get it. Turns easily around Chandler. Short passes, and it's taken by Price. Price is in the centre of the ground. Nichols tackles him. He gets around Nichols. Around the umpire he goes. Sends a long one down, and it's going to be Mackay against Hurd. Up they go. Mackay, beautifully done.
Oh, great mark. 8 or 9 marks. Wonderful play.
Oh, what a splendid mark from a young junior.
When it's needed too.
6'3" of David Mackay and 13 stone 2. All athlete as he boots it out wide. Jenkins another one in front. Across comes Crane with courage and down he goes. Picked up nicely there and driven out by Price. By Richardson. Richardson's long one down and Hurd's underneath it once again. Behind the pack there's a free kick to Collingwood. Pushed out, and I think it's Twiggy Dunn going away to take the free kick.
Time must be on the wing. There's 3 minutes of time ongoing. Can Collingwood pull this game out?
29 minutes gone, 29 minutes of play, and Carlton from no hopers, 44 points down at half-time, lead by 11 points in one of the truly great and sensational grand finals. Twiggy Dunn has the ball. Can he prune it by 6 points with this kick? The ball's sailing on its way, seemed well-timed. The goal umpire moves left, it's a goal.
Goal number 3 to Twiggy Dunn. And the Magpies hit back now.
One flag.
No, one flag. Oh, my word. He gave the indication that it was a goal, but it was only a behind. And that's bad luck for Collingwood. 14-17 now. They're 10 points down as Hall puts the ball into play. And it's a good penetrating kick too. Big Jenkins is there trying to mark the ball. Knocks it clear, but it's grabbed by Crane. And away go the Blues again. Jackson and Adams are having a personal battle there. And here's a go with Jackson tackling Adamson. I think he was pushed in the back, and he'll get the free kick. Yes, the free kick to Lee Adamson. 111 points. Carlton to Collingwood, 101.
Collingwood denied a grand final in 1964 and 66 by 1 point. Looked like going under again as this mark is timely taken by Gallagher. There's Byron, and it's the Blues premiership.
Oh, what do you know? And look at them, bobbing Barassi. A 5 word, what a proud man Barassi must be. A magnificent coaching effort. A tremendous performance by Barassi to bring the Blues up the way he did this year, play 3 hard games and come out and win the match. There's Barassi being mobbed by well-wishers, and there's the board with Carlton eventually prevailing. Carlton beating Collingwood 17-9, 111 points to Collingwood 14-7, 101. 10 points in favour of the Blues.